Hello, welcome back to the 4 Mile Circus. Tonight we're going to be playing Oxygen Not Included. It's a game out on Steam at the moment. It's a developmental build that you can buy and play. It's been progressed well. The recent patches come out, so the devs are obviously working on it. So if you've ever lay in bed at night, wondering what it would be like to control a group of people trapped inside an asteroid, then this is your day. This is your game. It's that's the basic premise. You've got to keep them alive by feeding them and making sure they've got oxygen to breathe, as the name would imply, and keeping them happy and stress-free. It gets quite complex. You end up refining water that you find to turn that into oxygen, and you have to pump that around your base using plumbing systems with pressure monitors and all sorts of stuff. And if you look it up, and people have these amazing gigantic bases, but in this instance I'm just going to show you the various features. Keep it nice and easy, keep these guys comfortable, and just do a little bit. So I hope you enjoy it. This is Oxygen Not Included. Let's embark on our mission. And here we are, transported miles beneath the surface of an unfamiliar terrestrial body. So, no idea how we got here. It sounds like a day rape drug. We are here, trapped in this little hole. We have the ability to dig ourselves out and build anywhere we want. All sorts of things that we would need to survive: food, water. The world is made up of different materials: algae, which you can use to produce oxygen; dirt and sand, which you use to make walls. Water's a very important element, keeping it, cleaning it, using it to produce oxygen, as are some of these things as well. These are plant forms you can farm to get seeds to make crops to eat, and so on. I won't get too much into all these details to start with. We'll just get cracking on it. So we've got Hassan, Ren, and Mimar, our 3 heroes, and we need to start with just start digging out a little bit of space to operate in, get some beds down, get a toilet down, for God's sake. Let's be civilised about this. So you put down your commands by the use of these things over here. You've got dig, harvest, prioritise, sweep, and these things will help you get them to do most of the things you need them to do. And then down in this corner here you've got the various items, machines, units that you can build. At the moment there's not much, but quickly show you can there's an area for oxygen and oxygen generation, how to produce power. There's generators, wires, food, plumbing, utilities, and so on. Top left hand corner there's the cycle of the game. It takes place over a day. They go to sleep and work throughout the day, and then sleep for sort of a third, about a fifth of the day. And then here's a count of the people and how stressed they are. Most importantly, stress affects them quite badly. It makes them perform badly. It makes them either be destructive or start vomiting everywhere, which causes real problems. So you have to handle high levels of stress within your staff, your duplicants, and try and bring them back down. You do that by put them on massage tables, believe it or not, and also put them in nice environments where they like being, with plants around and pictures on the wall. To me it seems all very secondary to actually trying to just live, but if they need it, you do it. So I built a bit of a space there. First thing we need to stick down is a toilet, because if you don't, they just start weeing everywhere and it gets very tricky. Just to get rid of those pieces. Yeah, I don't know what I was choosing. So there's a toilet. That's what they do now. She's building it. She would have hoovered up some materials with that, and now she'll be shooting them back into it. All of them can build an item at once, so they can build it quickly. They can also prioritise the order in which something gets built. So at the moment that's priority 5. If I hit it to 9, they'd all be building it at, ahead of anything else that needed building. So you can get things done quickly that way. But again, we're not going to be too concerned about prioritising stuff. The toilet is up. Okay, someone's standing around doing nothing. Let's get digging the other way. Let's make some beds. So, as it says, oxygen not included. One of the main problems you face in this game is oxygen. The light blue stuff is breathable oxygen. That's the sort of darker blue is okay. As soon as it gets red, that's not good. You know, this guy's standing in it, and they'll stand in it and breathe it, but they sometimes have to run out gasping. They certainly won't like sleeping in that sort of air, and you have to try and keep them in this sort of air, really. So that's part of the battle. They'll breathe this in and produce red, unbreathable carbon dioxide, which you then have to get rid of. One of the best techniques for getting rid of it is digging a hole, because carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen and it will go down. So one of the first things I'm going to do is dig a little hole down in there for all the bad gases to go into. We'll hopefully keep our guys tickety-boo. So digging away. Next thing I'll be doing is laying down some beds, spacing them out a little bit. So if anyone snores, they won't wake their friends. Okay, that's a bit, that's going to be a problem. Having it there. Yeah, I have to reinforce that wall. Walls tend to, if they've got a large body of water on one side, they'll weaken. If they're only one row thick, they'll weaken, split, and the water will come cascading through, drown whatever facility. Water is quite important. It really comes into the end game. You need it to survive and produce oxygen. Let's have a look at our guys now. Did a good job. We've got to just get one more. Get that wall down. I need to do that. I've got to get towards it. Get that wall down. Get the final cut down. And it's not even lunchtime. Concept. So I'll just put a little sandstone wall there to ensure that it holds up against the pressures of that water. Some water will come through there. Okay, get that done. And you can mop up liquids, which I will have to do there. And put floors down. All these things help the general decor. There is a decor, here it is. So that's how it feels to them. At the moment that feels a nice place to be, high decor. This is low. So you have to give them areas where they can go, usually in areas where they're stopping in long times, like when they go eat, when they go sleep. You try and put some plants down, make it nice for them. And hopefully they wake up revived and ready to go. Yeah, so just finishing up the floors. And we can look at some of the things like producing power. We'll need some power production, and we'll need to get some research going. So I'm going to build a second floor. I'm going to go down a floor actually. No, I'm going to go up. So I'm going to build a ladder here, comme ça, and they'll go up, they'll dig through as they build that ladder. Then I'm going to make them put a really sloppy floor in there and dig that out. I'm going to put some. So the way you produce power early on is by using a manual generator. I need copper to be able to actually make that raw metal, it's saying. So this is copper up here, so once I've dug up there I'll probably be able to get that built. Leave them to it. You start with a certain amount of food, 20,000 calories, which they'll eat over 1,000 calories a day if they have it available. So you've got a little time to get your stuff together, but sooner or later you have to either have a crop going to be able to eat the food off the crop, or you need to be making mush bars from dirt and water, believe it or not, and makes them all have diarrhea, but it keeps them alive. And hey, we're in the middle of an asteroid. They should be just happy to be breathing. Digging away. What happens here is that as they dig stuff out, it drops down, forms sort of actual areas that you have to dig again out, so you can sort of trap yourself in areas by sort of a fall of dirt that blocks walls and blocks walkways. Okay, so I don't know. I think it's a good start. I think we need to look at the oxygen dump. I mean, this looks a perfect thing. Oxygen dump, the way of getting rid of all the carbon dioxide, and I think this looks perfect. It's full of oxygen. That will come up. Carbon dioxide will go down, and you can purify the carbon dioxide and process it almost, so you can get it back up into the main part of your base as pure, clear oxygen again. So this water is going to fall down that hole as well. So get cracking, chaps. We want some of this copper. Get the copper. Get the copper. So I can show you the priority thing here. So prioritize. I'll say, put this copper above everything else. So sort of stop what they're doing. Once they've done that bit, I'll start immediately on the high priority stuff. I need the copper to be able to produce the power. So now you see this has become available because I have the available materials now, the minerals. I'm going to put that there. So now all the oxygen that we've broken into there is going to flow down and it's filling up this area and pushing some of this bad oxygen down. So you'll watch this area now, this will flow up, this stuff will flow down. And it's a real fight. It's a real fight all the way through the game, keeping the air clear. Okay, going well. Hassan is proven himself to be a soldier. He hasn't stopped. And once we get this going, you can assign someone to run on it, and they basically produce electricity that you then use the wiring that we have here. You wire it down and run it around your base, attach it to pumps and so on. You store it in batteries, so you keep your electricity once you've used it and someone's not pedaling. It'll be stored, and it's a way of conserving it and freeing up a person, because it can take up all their time. If we can quickly as well, I'll get a research station next to that. Come on, chaps. Someone's asleep. Mimar. She's got narcolepsy. All the characters have little traits, good and bad, and you have to try and weigh them up against each other at the start. Mimar came with narcolepsy, so she likes to just have a little sleep in the middle of the day. And it's not for too long, in all honesty. You get more replicants from this. In 1,000 seconds time, there'll be opportunity to take on another replicant in here. You have to make the decision whether you can comfortably take them or not. So you can get up to about 100 people in these bases apparently, so it's possible. But that would take a lot of food, so much oxygen being used. Oh, a quick look in here. What we'll see now is this darker oxygen is going to fall down into here, and this eventually will fill up. Darker oxygen, dark with all the bad gases, with the carbon dioxide that the people are breathing out, anything else that's sort of polluted, it'll fill up in here. We can use plants and devices to clean it up again. Doing good. I'm going to do this because I'm just doing it quickly, but this stuff produces oxygen, and it's absolutely ridiculous to dig it out. But I'm going to, just because this is just a demo game, and I just want to get on with it. But usually you let this stuff just breathe oxygen. It's what gets you through the startup, basically, without you having to do too much. So night time's almost coming. We get through the first. There it is. Get through our first day. I go to sleep. But time rolls on. Creatures come out. There you go. This is a hatch. The place does have quite a few different creatures. You can see it. There's another one. Some that produce byproducts even. That you come across those. There's plants that are hard to get at. You can use them for different things. You can even make clothes now in the game. So that was it. That was the first day of Oxygen Not Included. Hassan and Ren and Mimar sleeping well. Day of good deeds, and we'll see what comes tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, hit the like, and if you can, subscribe. Right, thanks again. Take care. Bye bye.